Well, the making of the education of style for me was, one of the greatest projects I've ever been, been a part of. I was blessed to be able to ski around Henrik Harlow and Phil Casabone a lot of the winter, you know what I mean? And those two kids to me right now are progressing the sport in the right direction where I like to see it, you know what I mean? There's a lot of different styles in skiing, and, I thought to link us all three up where we all kind of, we all see similar things where we all want it to go. It was a beautiful thing, man. And some of the highlights for me were just being able to go out and stomp some double corks that I've been really wanting to stomp, my whole life, and especially since I got hurt, then that's been the new kind of thing in skiing that I've kind of taken over. And I'm not saying doubles, you need to go out and throw doubles and this and that, but for me it was a goal of mine to go out and stomp a big dub 10 up at Retallick into the deepest pow ever. Was a big blessing, and then do some land a dub 12 and a dub flat 9 up at Mammoth, up at Mount Hood off a step-up jump in the backcountry was pretty sweet too, and just another highlight is just being around those two kids, man. They bring such life to a sport that I think needs it right now, and hanging around Henrik and Phil bring life to my life, I don't think I'd be in the position where I am right now without those kids, and it was pretty sick, and a lot of the low points, was just my knees working through some pain still, I'd get really swollen sometimes, and I'd have to take days off, and it'd get kind of frustrating, especially in the urban environment where you're landing flat. Chances are a lot higher than going out and skiing pillow lines and big lines and whatnot, and just kind of was tough to push through mentally, but at the end of the day, everything came together and it worked out really great. So, it was super sick, and yeah, man, boom, bomb. Well, how I see my skiing influencing kids or the industry, that's a hard question, because it kind of makes you want to toot your own horn. But I hope my skiing influences kids to, have fun, to be able to say like you can do pretty much anything you want with the hard work that's put in, if you're willing to put in the hard work, and maybe a sense of style, bringing a new style. Hopefully, a style at one point that kind of took skiing to a different point, and yeah, that's a tough one. For the industry, it's like, I think it was a good thing, because skiing was kind of at a low point when, we all started this way back in the day, and to where it's grown in the last, 12 to 15 years, it's just been really insane, It's been a sweet progression to be a part of, and being there from almost day one is, a big blessing, man, to see all the changes that it's gone to, and to see where it was to where it is now. And, I think the industry is very, maybe not grateful, because, I was kind of a funky character going on, but now I think it is grateful through the changes that I've made in life and the experiences that I've had to endure, and, the lost ones that I've had to lose, especially CR, that's a, you lose your best friend and you get your legs taken away from you for a while. It kind of makes you grow up in a way. So, I hope the industry just embraces what we're doing right now, and I think it does. And I think, the more we push forward and the more we keep inspiring people around the world with Inspired and with our skiing and with whatever it is that we want to do, then I think we're doing our job. Like education of style, it was a time and a place. There's a time and a place for everything, and I thought, the time was now to put out this movie and, show that skiing's not all about epic cameras and epic time lapses, and we went up on December 31st to Alaska or up to BC, and we had epic conditions and blah, blah, blah. To me, skiing has been the same formula for all these big companies where this movie stays the same, but the skiing gets better, and, the sponsors give the same amounts of money to these companies because they know what they're going to get because they've had a formula. And, I think for us to come in and kind of throw a curveball in the game was kind of refreshing, in a way. So hopefully from now on, it gives it gives a different outlet for filmmakers and skiers to do their own thing and what they want to do and how they want to do it, you know what I mean? Because you definitely don't have to go the poor boys TGR or MSB way, you know, that has been kind of been the standard set for so long, you know. And it's cool to see people like Step Productions and, you know, a couple other media companies out there doing their own thing as well, because it's also helping out, you know, and it's a sick thing. Oh yeah, man, I mean, we're always going to be together. From here on out, it's inspired to the world, and me, Henrik, and Phil, and hopefully we're going to bring back Mikkel Deschanel next year. And I mean, he was the original educator of style for us three growing up, you know what I mean? He brought more style to the game back in 2000 and 2001 than anybody could ever believe, you know what I mean? So it was a pretty wicked thing, and you know, yeah, man, you're going to see a lot of projects with me and Phil and Henrik together, alongside hopefully Mikkel, if he can, you know, keep it straight and narrow and keep it on the healthy path of life. And yeah, man, it's just always forward, never backwards with us right now. That's the motto. Well, I think it was very important, you know what I mean? Armada has been a company for a long time now, and especially with me being an owner and whatnot, and Armada has grown, in my mind, to be the sickest ski company out there in the world today, you know what I mean? And to see them the presenting sponsor of one of the best movies put out in a long time, I think it's a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? And it really helps Armada, and it really helps us as skiers to, you know, keep going forward, you know what I mean? And Armada set standards, and we ourselves as skiers and inspired, we also set standards as well. And you know, we set the trends, you know, we're the 21st century sand shredders, go-getters, you know. We ain't gonna let down skiing to pick up no Beretta. It's a pretty funny thing, you know. So, yeah, man, I think it was the most important thing for Armada to present this film, because everything happens for a reason, and everything just found a place like I've never seen before. And I'm just super happy to have the support and the love from the family.